POV, it's 10 o'clock in the morning and you're at work. You're probably wondering, Ahmed, I'm unemployed. Let's just imagine you are employed and that this is a perfect world and that you have some sort of significance here. You're at work doing working things when you get a text from your incubator, aka your mother. Your mom texts you, call me as soon as possible. Actually, she said ASAP. Yeah, she gave you the shortened version and she never does that. So you immediately find the nearest corner you can and give your mother a call. 1 ring, 2 rings, and she picks up. You say, hey mom, and before you can ask her what's wrong, she gives you an ad break and says, don't call me that. You start to laugh it off because this is your womb BNB. This is where you were for 9 months, marinating. So you just think she's joking with you. But then she whips out the worst wordage any descendant could hear. She tells you you're adopted. Now you start telling your mom, I'm at work, I'm busy, it's not really the time for jokes. In the middle of her telling you that, she airdrops you a receipt of where she purchased you from on Craigslist. Craigslist, I don't think even has receipts, but she still did that. And on the bottom, it has your name and also that there are no refunds because the family that sold you really does not want you a part of their genetic pool. And that's the end of this POV. There's no happy ending. It's just doomiest till the end. Because you have the IQ of an earthworm, you're probably wondering, what on earth did I just experience? That was called thinking, my friend. Some would even say you were overthinking because you started to imagine the scenario to an unscenarioable level. So in honor of that statement, today we're going to be going on another subreddit. Yeah, we've totally never done this before. Today we're going to be indulging in the subreddit Am I Overthinking?
Pause. Good boy, Ahmed. You look so vulnerable when you're not moving, Ahmed. This is Ahmed's editor, Bob. It's quite ironic that Ahmed is making fun of you guys for not being able to think because he makes a huge mistake here and says r/am I overthinking, when in reality the subreddit that he's indulging in is r/am I overreacting. He manages to fix himself later in the video. Anyways, continue to unenjoy this video. Ciao.
Which is basically a subreddit where people ask other people if they're overthinking about their very unthinkable scenarios. So without tormenting your mind any further, well, that's a lie, because you're gonna be tormented. Let's go ahead and see if these people are overthinking or maybe underthinking. Am I overreacting? Boyfriend called me his fat pig and I broke up with him. I personally don't understand why you're so upset. What do you mean? Why am I upset? This is the 3rd time you've stood me up. Sweetie, it's not that serious. I'm a busy guy. You know my schedule changes on the flux. Don't call me sweetie. I'm super mad at you. I wore this nice dress so we could take cute pics together at the restaurant. Did you want me to call you a fat pig instead? Okay, right off the bat, this is a super solid male Fabian. You already know this guy is great. Your signified other is devastated that her eye lobes don't get to witness you today. And the first thing you can think of is, do you want me to call you a plus-size Peppa Pig? It doesn't get more oinky than that. Why are you wearing a dress to TGI Fridays is the question. Do you want her to wear it to TGI Wednesdays? Instead of apologizing for calling her something that is sold on a McDonald's menu, you open a Q&A about why she's clothing herself in supposedly nice garment. I haven't seen the dress, so I can't give my dress to a press opinion. Why are you guys eating at TGI Fridays to start with? Who eats at a day of the week? I know what TGI Fridays is. I just can't imagine it would be good because the name isn't very good. I'm done. You've tried it and I liked it. So that's not really an insult. Because I want to look nice. Oh my God, you are disgusting. Because you're making this a bigger deal than it has to be. You standing me up for the 3rd time with no warning is not a big deal? Calm down, my little piggy. Dude, can we please stay consistent? If you're going to refer to her as something that is completely impermissible for any civilian of Islam, then you gotta make sure that you're getting the sizes right. This guy started off by calling her a plus-size Peppa Pig, and now all of a sudden the dimensions have changed and he's calling her a little piggy. Well, I guess that could also mean that she's a minor piggy, like she's a piggy under the integer limit, which would make him even more creepy. But if this dude had an ounce of decency, at this point he would probably film an apology video in this very inbox. But no, he doesn't do that at all. We can just reschedule for tomorrow. No, I'm not rescheduling. I'm done with this. Well, I'm happy you're done. I would have been done probably after the first text message, but that's just me. I know I made jokes about Craigslist, but this is the type of individual you would actually cop on Craigslist. Like, this is a villain, not in the making, he's been made. I can guarantee you, this guy does not look like Leonardo DiCaprio. He definitely looks like Leonardo decapitated. And that's coming from Michael Hates Schofield. Okay, that conversation felt really haram. That makes it sound like it's gonna become halal now. I just feel like it's gonna increase in haram and see. Am I overreacting for confronting my cousin for flirting with my underage friends? Instead of AIO, I think it should have been AIU. I think you should be asking if you're underreacting. Mind explaining to me why you were flirting with the black hole? Sorry, I think I'm funny. You do realize she's 15. Being nice. I know she yours. No, you were flirting and now it's a bigger black hole. Okay. Let me stop. Okay, I'll stop. I promise I'll unadd her. Dude, I love you. You know I do. But that's uncalled for. She was extremely uncomfortable, but please, for God's sake, get somebody your own age. And I flirt with every girl to make them feel better about themselves. Oh, that's definitely the method. Just flirt in the name of therapy. Why even just go for girls and guys? Just prey on anything that moves. Your hamburger seems like it's twitching a little bit. The meat seems a little bit alive. Just start spitting game to that patty. Oh, the armadillo was just birthed from its ahmadelyo. Yeah, just start spitting game to that thing. That has got to be top 3 greatest YouTube apology videos of all time. I flirt with breathing X chromosomes just to make them feel better about themselves. I don't do it for my own benefit. I don't do it for any sort of extraterrestrial reasons. I just do it because I just want to therapize you. Do you not realize that someone could get uncomfortable with that? That still doesn't make it any better. You could go to jail for that. But seriously, if you're gonna flirt, at least do it with people your own age. I'm sorry. Tell I didn't mean to. Dude, at least refer to the Lamine Yamal that you're flirting with. Tell I didn't mean to. You made it sound like she's a thing. You're an adult. You should know better. But seriously, you've hit on multiple of my friends who are underage. I'll stop. I hope you will. I'm deleting Discord. Now that's what you call accountability. This guy is Dr. Respect. Look at what he's doing. He's gonna delete Discord, his most prized possession. That is where he manages all his kittens. He has a kitten farm on Discord. He just opens Discord every morning. Meow, meow, ladies. How many of you guys have minds that can easily be manipulated? How many of you still enjoy watching Cocomelon? Great. Let me have a conversation with you on the side. I just want to flirt with you to make you feel better about yourself. I didn't say you had to do that. Just stop hitting on my friends who are 3 years younger than you. I just realized I probably should be answering the question that was questioned to us, which is, am I overreacting? I think more reacting is needed. So I think you need to be overreacting. As soon as a major says something questionable to a minor, a reaction video has to be filmed. I think what we really need to understand is, how did this Jerry Steinfeld disciple get this far in? Because his cousin has mentioned that he's been flirting with these breathing embryos. So what's the severity of this? Has he just been spitting game to tribes of cocomelons? Is that what he's on? But yeah, good on you for calling him out. I think he's gonna need more calls because clearly there isn't something right if you think flirting with people is therapy. Like his grandma hasn't seen him in years. Hey, my little one, how is everything? Are you still? He just cuts her off. Grandma, has anyone ever told you that you look so good when you're decomposing? That was the last thing he ever said to his grandma. She logs out at that point. But yeah, that's not a method. That's a crime. Next one we have is, am I overreacting for asking my husband about questionable places on his maps history? I don't know why, as soon as you said that, I just imagined you ringing him up and you're like, hey, honey, why are you in Area 51? Babe, you gotta come out here immediately. All right, these aliens are out of this world. Literally. Yo, E.T., don't do that, all right? Chill out. Sorry, babe. E.T. a freak. If you are not interested in trusting your husband, then we might as well end this marriage now. It's ironic that you put your trust in Google in relation to me, but not in relation to politics. You trust Google when it tells you that I'm a complete criminal, but you don't trust Google when it tells you that Donald Trump is the greatest man to ever grace this planet, even though he paid them to say that? I can't control what you do. If you would like to leave, that is your choice. It's your choice to believe something that is not true. It's infuriating to me to be accused of something I didn't do. I didn't accuse you. I simply asked you why it showed up on your Google Maps. Okay, now I feel like we really need to know where he's at. Maybe he was actually at Area 51. I will not go through the remainder of my life with a woman that will never trust me. Okay, that's your choice. I've tried my hardest to trust you, even though you have lied about a number of other things. Rebuilding trust is not what I have to do. It is what you have to do. You did accuse me over the phone. Why did I answer no to your question on the phone? And then she just sends him a link. I'm guessing this is where he was, an LDS marriage therapist. I think that's like a Christian marriage person. I might be wrong, but I think that's a Christian person that deals with plural people. Here's some interesting reading that you might find enlightening. Do you believe me that I didn't go to that place? Oh, so he didn't. Okay, he wasn't going to get marriage therapy. I think she is telling him that you need the marriage therapy. Your silence says everything. Dude, your silence says everything. You've been trying to do a try not to tell her challenge for this whole conversation. This has to be the least obvious cheater I have ever seen in my life. I don't know what to believe. Please read the Facebook post. It will help you to see that I am not the crazy one. I think he's aware that you're not the crazy one. He just wants to convince you that you're the crazy one. I don't feel like spending time with you right now. Do I need to take a lie detector test to prove to you? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to go on GQ and take a couples quiz? Is that what it takes? Are we one of those couples now? I don't know. I'll start getting the divorce papers ready for us to sign. I've worked too hard in my life since we got back together, and ends like this, if that's what you want. This woman is an independent variable. I love this. It's almost like this was his plan from the jump. He definitely didn't want to dispatch from her. He definitely hasn't been doing devious things. I am convinced he's been chatting it up with E.T.'s sister. I'm just letting you guys know right now, I'm gonna continue to go with that theory. And don't get it twisted, he's not flirting with E.T.'s sister to flirt with E.T.'s sister. Remember, it's the new method. He was flirting with her to up her confidence. He wants to make sure she's just a really confident alien. No, it's what you want. You want to believe a lie. I'm not living like this. I want to believe you, but I don't know how I can, especially given the way you've treated me the past 2 days. Again, that's up to you. You're the one who doesn't want to spend time with me. I think one thing I've been realizing recently about a lot of people that are in relationships is that they tend to go for looks. And I know this is like a very generic statement, but I genuinely believe most people end up with criminals, straight villains, Dr. Doofenshmirtz type beats, because they fall for the thirst trap. Okay, he might be a thirst trap from the outside. Maybe his lips marinate in such a attractive manner, but does his heart thirst trap? Does his personality thirst trap? That's why they say, don't fall for the iPhone case, fall for the iPhone, because that's what matters. You guys go for these Vinny hacker type beats, and then they just turn out to be hackers. Why? And look, I know what you guys are thinking. Michael hates Schofield. You are not one to speak. Okay? The prison is trying to break from you. But seriously, you fall for somebody that maybe looks appealing to the eye lobes. But then when you get with them and you start getting mistreated, you wonder why. Look, I'm not saying to not judge a book by its cover. Do that. It's definitely appropriate to do that. Sometimes you have to judge the book by its cover, but also make sure to judge the cover by its book. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he was hideous from the outside and also hideous from the inside, which is even worse, because then you ended up with Leonardo is completely decapitated. Anyways, in 50 years, you're all gonna look like my left toenail, and you do not want to see my left toenail. You know what? 15,000 likes and you guys could see my left toenail. The next one we have is, am I overreacting, or is this a total breach of privacy? Hey, I'm sorry, I don't recognize the number. Who is this? This is the officer who pulled next to you to tell you that you had a low tire yesterday. Oh, okay. I mean, thanks again for that, but how did you get my phone number? Lol. And then she put those 3 dots. I talked about those 3 dots previously. You guys just do not understand. I have reflected on previous text messages that I've text messaged. It haunts me. Genuinely, my heart starts to do beatboxing. Do not plant those triplets of periods. That makes it sound like they're cycling on their cycle. I don't want to menopause this video, so let's just go ahead and meno resume. This is the number that came up when I searched up your license plate. I figured I'd reach out and see if maybe you wanted to get to know each other, possibly go to dinner sometime. I promise I don't do this often. You're just very nice and attractive, of course. Yeah, it's not creepy at all. I just Joe Goldberg'd you. You probably don't know this, but that's kind of my whole motive for becoming a police officer. I just pull people over that I think are facially competent to see if I have a chance of completely ruining their lives. It's not creepy, it's just I want to make the world a better place by handcuffing one attractive person at a time. Wow, I appreciate the compliment. Thank you. You just know she's precipitating from the eyes. In fear. She is scared for her life. You're welcome. My name is Murphy. I just feel like that's a cop name. Every cop is named Murphy from now on. I'm certain. If you name your child Murphy, they are going to become Paw Patrol immediately. There's no way. Anyways, in honor of handcuffs, this is the last one that we're gonna pull over. Am I overreacting because my 20 Ferrero Rocher boyfriend, 21 male pattern baldness, prayed to Trump at my family's dinner? Immediately no. How dare you even associate yourself with that thing in the title? I mean, why would you even admit admit that this was a thing that you were thinged with. Please don't tell me you're still thinged with this thing. Hey, are you home yet? Can we talk? What? I'm still kind of off put by the prayer. Was that a joke? Couldn't tell. What's funny about it? It was a prayer to Donald Trump. Like, why? What do you mean? My parents were confused as hell. Isn't that like false idol or blasphemous, if anything? If he's ordained by God himself, I don't see the issue. He literally saved him. You have to be satire. There is no way you submitted to the annoying orange. Oh, no. Okay, now I need to know, what is the reasoning? What is the scientific method as to how you discovered that Donald Trump is the chosen one? I mean, an emphasis on the Trump, by the way. But why are we doing this now? You brought this up. I mean, why did we start the prayer thing literally today? I didn't. I thought we talked about this. What? We haven't talked about this at all. You had to have known. I think it's weird. Melissa. Sorry, I just Melissa'd you. You're probably not a Melissa. Melissa, I literally told you a bajillion times that we think that orange frog is going to ribbit for us. He's more than just a ribbitter. He has something holy about him. Imagine arriving at that level in your life. Like, this is a family activity for them. They congregate at the dinner table and say, yes, let's go ahead and pray to that thing that's a part of the Banana Republican Party. I said he was saved by God during the assassination, that it was proof he was chosen, so I speak to him. I don't see what the issue with this is. I don't understand why you're facing technical difficulties about this. Yeah, he's another human being, and yeah, he looks like he's been constantly sprayed with Sunkist, but he literally dodged a bullet, and we don't even need to negotiate with the church or anybody. We know that he's been chosen. So yeah, we're just going to take matters into our own phalanges. You know we disagree politically, so why would you pray to the man in front of my whole family and I? This just seems really out of character. Can I call you instead? Why are you making this a big deal? Everyone can be wrong on stuff. I don't judge you or your family. It's not about who's wrong or right. Praying to Trump is just straight up insane. Is this an SNL skit? And honestly, it's about Donald Trump, so there's a good chance that it is an SNL skit. You're being childish. There is no way that relationship can still be sailing in a ship. At least please poke holes in the ship, let it sink, because I do not want to, this should not happen any further. You're better than me, because I wouldn't have had a conversation with him. I wouldn't have even blocked him. I would have deported him in dishonor of his savior. Anyways, I feel like we really crossed the border with that one. Ooh, that must have touched the nerve. Donald Trump. It fell right into my tramp. I think this might be the last Reddit video that I Reddit for a while, just because I feel like I've just been over Redditing recently. And I think it's time for me to indulge in different types of MP4 files, or at least try to attempt to create something new. So if there's anything that you want to see in specific from the vegan Vegeta, go ahead and comment down below basically what you want to see me do, and I will try and do it. So yeah, that's all for now. Bye now.